What's up guys, Lethal Leslie here, and today I want to talk about the one-to-watch gold investment method. So we are around 5 days out from ones to watch when making this. I think it's 4 days out, and there's a massive chance coming up to make a lot of coins on these one-to-watch gold cards. These gold cards that are going to become one to watch. So yeah, before we get into this video guys, if you could like, subscribe and follow me on Twitter, my link's down in the description below. I'd appreciate it because it helps the channel grow. Anyway, with that being said, let's get into talking about these one to watch cards and which of these cards I've got on the screen now are my favourites to be like to fly up in price when one to watch drops. So we're going to go through them one by one. I'm going to talk about them a bit and, you know, give my opinions on them. So obviously Quincy Promise is already extinct. It's this button for me to instantly check his price. You can see he's already extinct off the market. He's already 20k, and for that reason alone, you should be trying to pick up a gold Quincy Promise because he's got a good chance of getting a ones to watch, a very good chance. His card looks insane, so you could use it at the start of FIFA, and it's probably going to go up because it's extinct. So if you're sitting there on the game right now, you've got a spare 20k and you haven't got Quincy Promise watching this video, go and bin one of these guys and just keep him because he's going up. He's a good chance he's coming out of packs. He's only 20k. He looks class. He has 5-star skills, I believe. Yeah, he's everything you need to have. He's a perfect candidate for a pickup at 20k to make profit. And you know, I don't want to put a guarantee on anyone making profit, but I really see this card going up at least. If he gets a one to watch, at least 20 more K, from 20k to 40k, maybe even a bit more. So let's move over to the high rollers here. This is if you are a high roller. If you have the money and have the money to buy Ronaldo, 1.7 right now. Wow, that is so cheap. We're trying to get Ronaldo here to do a player review. We have around 1.5 million over a couple of accounts, and we're going to move them together and try and go for Ronaldo very soon, today hopefully. But yeah, 1.7 is super cheap. So if you have the money to pick up Ronaldo, in my opinion, at 1.7 is a really good price. He's guaranteed getting a one to watch. Come the 28th, Ronaldo is going to be out of packs for around, what do they do? It's about 2 weeks sometimes, I believe, a one to watch. Maybe I'm wrong. I think it's around 2 weeks. Maybe it's a full week. I'm not 100%. But he's coming out of packs for at least a full week. The full game's going to drop. Everyone's going to be smashing their FIFA points. A lot of people are going to be wanting to buy Ronaldo. And I can see this card going from, say, 1.7 mil now to a minimum of 2 mil, but even a little bit more. I see him going up to about 2.3, 2.4, about 4 or 5 days after one to watch his drop. So if you're a high roller, Ronaldo, and you can afford him now, I would say go and get him. Or if you've had an amazing pack and you've, you know, sold a Cruyff or a Ronaldo or something crazy like that, definitely go and get yourself Cristiano Ronaldo before the one to watch drops, because he's at a really good price right now. So moving over, we're going to go to Malcolm next, and Malcolm's at a really good price. This is what I like about Malcolm, is that he's only going for around 7.5 to 8k right now. And you know, that's you can get, you have 30-40k, you can get about 4 or 5 of these guys. And if he gets a ones to watch, he's definitely going to go up to around 15k, I would say. That's my price range of where I'd see him go. His card looks really nice, and he's going to, a lot of people are going to want him for starter teams without a doubt. He looks really good, and he's got 4-star as well. So I'm saying he's going to go up to around 14, 15 if he gets the ones to watch. Like, you know, I'm not as confident about Malcolm getting a one to watch, even though I do think he's got a good chance. Promise and Ronaldo, like Promise, Ronaldo's guaranteed, but Promise I feel really good about. Obviously Goretzka's guaranteed. Let's go and have a look at Goretzka now actually, and he's on the rise already. Goretzka was like 32 to 35k, and now he's getting bids of around 40k. So this one's a little bit like, he's already so expensive. He will still go up. People know he's a guarantee, that's why people are buying him as well, but he will still go up. But for me, he's already too expensive. I'm looking for players that people don't know are going to be on one-to-watch cards, and you have a much bigger chance of making profit on him. So personally, I'm going to avoid Goretzka, but he is getting a one-to-watch. So if it's your cup of tea, going for something guaranteed, maybe making 10, 15k, something like that, then Goretzka is definitely a good shout. Next up is more of a guesser. Again, this is my opinion, Corvis H, and he's going for around 15k. I think we can get that up to about 20, 25k. If he gets the ones to watch. He's probably not top of my list. He's actually far from top of my list. I'll tell you at the end who are my favourite picks, just so you know. And yeah, so Corvis H he's a good card. He's a good potential. Fred, now this is one I think is definitely getting a one to watch. United only made one big signing. It was Fred. He has to get a one to watch, as in, they're not going to duck United for a one to watch. He's extinct at the moment at 20k as well, which just means that he's a good buy at 20k at the moment, because he's obviously going into one to watch already extinct, so people are already expecting to pay more for this normal Fred card. So when they update the cap to probably around 50k, he'll probably sell for around 35 to even 40k. I can see him doubling in prices again, so he's one of my top picks really. Fred and Promise so far are my favourite out of the top 6 that we've gone through. Lamar's guaranteed to get a one to watch, and he's actually not a bad price. Like, if you're looking at Corvis H, who's a guess, and then you're looking at Lamar, who's a guaranteed, you definitely want to go and get Lamar over Corvis H kind of thing, because he's guaranteed. They've confirmed Lamar, and he's only going for around 15k, so you pick 2-3 of him up, you're definitely going to make a minimum of around 5k on him. He's not that appealing. That's the issue with him there, is that people aren't going to want Lamar on their left wing as much as they're going to want Promise on the left wing, for an example. So he's not that appealing, and that'll probably hold him back a little bit. Next up, I've got Keita, and this one's a little bit more of a risk. Obviously, we have Fabinho, we have Alisson from Liverpool, and we also have Shaqiri. So it's a bit tough to pick out a Liverpool player. But what I think about Keita is he is really cheap. Like, he's around 5 to 6k, maybe about 6.5, 7 actually. And, you know, obviously his stats aren't great, and that really holds him back. But he will still rise a lot for starter teams, in my opinion, when the full game launches. I'm thinking maybe 15k, something like that, if he does get that one to watch card. So he's not too expensive now. That's the reason I put him in as a Liverpool player, because obviously Fabinho, Alisson and Shaqiri, I just can't see him getting it. Obviously a lot more expensive, those other two anyway. Next up, we have the Crystal Palace Max Meyer, and now this is one of my favourite picks, because he is a nice card, as in, he's German in the Premier League. Now, for SBCs, he's playing abroad, and he's a really nice card, in my opinion, for that reason alone. If he gets the one to watch, this guy will fly. He's going currently for about 1.3, yeah, 1.3, I thought so. There he is. He's going currently for about 1.3k. So if you're sitting on 30k and you're thinking of buying someone to take a risk, you need to know that. But he's still not going to go down much. You got to remember, he's not going to go down much because no one's thinking of him for a one to watch. So you'll still be able to sell on for around your same price. Try and bin snipe and get him even cheaper. Spend time on this guy. I'm like, you know, he's one of my top 3 picks, because, you know, he's the kind of player that might just sneak into a one to watch as well. He does have a relatively high profile over in Germany. He's coming over to this country. I like him. If he gets in, he will fly. That's all I'm going to say. And yeah, he's German playing abroad. I like him. Next up, we have the Leicester fullback, which is Ricardo Pereira. He's a really good player, I think. You know what I mean? He's got a really good reputation on FIFA. You know, he's had Team of the Seasons in the past. He's had really good cards for Porto in the past. And he's always been a really good player. So I wouldn't be surprised if they chuck him in as the one to watch Premier League fullback. And he's going for around 9.8. He's got a limit of 10. And he'll be up to around 20k if he gets the one to watch. But again, I'm not 100% on him. Maybe pick up one. Good for the starter team anyway. If you get a one to watch, you're going to make yourself probably double your money. So that's decent. Next up, we have Kepa and goal. The goalie's a bit tough. It's like Alisson or Kepa. I hope it's going to be Alisson. But I decided to go for Kepa because he's really cheap. And if he gets a one to watch again, I can see him going up to around 10k maybe. He's Spanish playing abroad. He's not bad in that respect either. So I think Kepa's a really good buy if you think he's going to be the one that gets into one to watch. 5 more players left to go through. Goalie is one I put on here. But to be honest with you, I won't be going for him. He's way too expensive. But if you really feel good, I think you could make 20, 30k on a Goalie, and he's going to be an in-demand player. 1, because Ronaldo's in that league. 2, because he's an absolute beast every year. His stats just look insane, as always. I really want to use a lot more Goalie this year than I did last year. He's one of my favourite players, but I didn't use him much. And yeah, so he's an option anyway. Next up, we have Vertonghen. Another one who's a lot cheaper. New transfer, you know, he's a big signing for Inter. So he's a tough one. He'll definitely go up a lot if he does get one. I would say probably double, maybe even around 12k, something like that. He's maxed at 10, so 10 might be the max you would be able to get for him. Actually, they might not even update his card fast enough for you to make more money on him. I'm not keen on Vertonghen, to be honest. Marez, another one I'm not too keen on. He's definitely getting one, but he's quite expensive for me. too expensive for what I'd want to pay, because I don't think the profit margin will be enough on him. So another one I'm not too keen on, but he is definitely going to get one in my opinion. This one, these next two here, but especially this Richarlison, is a really good one in my opinion. He has had a great start to the season. EA would have looked at him in my opinion and thought he is a good card to put in one to watch. A lot of people were talking about his transfer, so you know he is one that a lot of people are actually watching, and he's going for 2.6k. He's a Brazilian playing abroad, a left mid Brazilian playing abroad, and with the starter SBCs, I think he could shoot a. We could be looking at 10k for this card. We could be looking at maybe more 6, 7k as well, but we could also be looking at 10k. He's going to be one I'm picking up without a doubt. I think he's a bargain at that price, and I do think he's going to get a one to watch. And last but not least, it's been a bit of a long haul, guys, talking about these. We have Justin Kluivert, and he is going for 1.6k. Again, a very high profile card because of obviously his dad. He's going for like a K or less by the looks of things. You might be able to bid really low on him. And if he does get in, I don't see him going up as high as some of the others. You know, you're getting him for a K. I can maybe see him going up to 3, maybe 4k, but probably around 3k. Because he won't be high in demand for any SBCs really, or he won't be high in demand for anyone's starter teams. But you can still make a nice little profit on him, I would imagine. There are obviously a lot more guesses, but oh yeah, let me just pick out my favourites before we end it. I'm just going to put them on here on the reserves. Richarlison without a doubt. I really like Quincy Promise. I do. I think he's brilliant. I like Meyer as a risk. Richarlison's probably the #1 pick. Promise, then Meyer as a bit more of a risk. I'm going to put Fred on here as well. And I'm going to put Ronaldo if you can afford him. I think he's bank. I think you can make up to 1 million coins on Ronaldo. He has to go on there. But it doesn't mean that the other ones are bad. I do like Malcolm. I think he's going to get one. I feel confident about him. I do fancy Kappa. I fancy this fullback Ricardo. And yeah, so that's probably them I talk about. You know, the other ones I'd probably avoid. Lamar isn't bad because he's guaranteed as well. But they're my top 5, guys. So let me know any questions in the comment section down below. I answer all questions, you know, any inquiries about one to watch, whether I think they'll get them or anything like that, I'll answer them, no worries. If you liked the video, subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching, as always, and take it easy.